always joke that I love to wear a tablecloth, and this is that moment here. A big part of my creative process is looking to travel and nature and fashion for inspiration. In everything from the edge of a shirt to a floral pattern, there are so many details to be found in our surroundings. So I'm headed into the Loeffler Randall store. I picked up flowers and pastries, and now I'm going to do a little shopping. One of the many things I love about Loeffler Randall is their attention to unique, expressive details. And there's so much inspiration in just looking at a pleat to an eyelet, and you can see how you could apply that to interior details as well.
What inspired this collection was that at the time that we were working on this, I was redoing my kitchen out by the beach, and I was thinking about the perfect table to gather my family and friends around. And actually the tablecloth in this collection was inspired by a beautiful fabric that we have in our Loeffler Randall ready-to-wear collection. It's a beautiful gingham plaid yarn dye fabric, and I have never seen a plaid woven in with a motif like a flower, and so it was just such a special textile that we decided to use it for the tablecloth. And so we tried to take little elements of the LR collection and infuse them into this beautiful tabletop collection. I try to design pieces that will live in someone's wardrobe for years and years to come, things that feel very current but also feel like you could have them forever and they have this lasting power. It's really important to me to design things that, you know, kind of make an outfit, whether they're wow or they're just that tried and true shoe that you wear every day. So I think that came through in this collection. I feel like it feels so special, and there's all these signature details and a real thoughtfulness to the way that everything's designed, but it's also just very easy. It fits into your life very easily. I think the collection is just really versatile. I think you can use it year-round, you can dress it up, you can layer it, you can use the pieces on their own. I like that it feels so special but not overdone.
Over here in this corner, you'll see a lot of correlation to our collaboration together. And we've got this brown gingham and this green little tulip detail. This is a woven textile, and then there's this little stitching that runs throughout it. And it's just, it's not flat, it's textural, but then also has this really beautiful and interesting mix of colors. And I love that it has some femininity in kind of the overall effect, but then is easily layered with solids and other patterns as well. I'm developing a tablescape or a scheme for one, I like to think in terms of, who is it for? Where is it located? But for this collaboration, I was thinking about you and your style and fashion and how we could apply that to a beautiful tablescape that could be used indoors, it could be outdoors, it could be dressed up, and it could be dressed down, which I think is actually how when I'm wearing your clothes, is how I approach them. And you brought us so many fun details and concepts. I am wearing the textile for the tablecloth, which I always joke that I love to wear a tablecloth. And this is that moment here.
This is exactly it. This was a dress that we were developing at the same time that we were working on the collection together, and I saw this textile, this beautiful gingham that has it has an intarsia flower in there, and I love that little pop of green with the brown, and I just felt like this was so sophisticated, elevated, and as you said, dress it up, dress it down, and we kind of jumped off from there. We had so many different ideas going back and forth about all the different details, and then it just kind of came back to this like cream, white, green, brown, the beautiful broderie details that we put on the pillows and on the napkins. So it just was all these little different details that I think worked so well together. Yeah. And that's what happens with the table. You can just kind of layer everything together and it works beautifully, or you can use it on its own.
And what I love about design is that it is always a process and it's evolving. And so earlier concepts, it was a lot of ideas, and then we had to like sift through and kind of imagine, okay, we have all of these ideas and we love a lot of different things, but what do we want the end result of this moment, like this beautiful backyard tablescape to be? And you sent us a photo and you're like, this is how I like to set my table. Yeah. And it had some woven textures and some beautiful just neutral ceramics. I'm like, okay, this is speaking my love language. Here we are with the natural textures and the ceramics, and then we started to bring the vision together. And I think when you see everything all in one location, styled to the nth degree, you see like a marriage of the styles in a really beautiful way, and I am so excited. Everything has come together beautifully, from the edges of the plates to the glass on the tapers, and I think that
the butter dish,
your favorite, the butter dish. So the butter, there's always one piece, and I think it was like the tablecloth first, and then it was the butter dish. So Jessie came to us, and she had this beautiful dress with the textile, and we all fell in love with the textile. And then the tablecloth came together, and then we were playing with different ideas. We had a lot of different samples, and you're like, the butter dish. I love the butter dish, but I would love the top to be a twisted detail. And so then the themes really started forming then, from the scallops to the twists, and the palette of the browns, the creams, and the greens. And I am so excited with how it turned out.
Me too. I mean, just seeing it all together kind of blew me away. It was like all the layering with the plates and the napkins, and there is a lot of color in it, but I think it's very subtle too. It's like, it just goes with everything.
Which is exactly how I love to approach color, where you're getting it, but it is still allowing you to like pair it and mix and match. And I think every piece is that way. And we even coordinated with textiles. So you get these cute little seat cushions, and you have pillows with these scalloped edges. And every time that we come out with McGee Co products, like I take a few for myself, but with this one, I'm like, you save one of every single piece for me, please. So.